Hey, family. Hey, Life Alley listeners. I'm your host, Marion. You already know that. You really do not need me to keep doing this introduction every episode. No, but here we are. And today, ladies and gentlemen, we're bringing the fire, the controversy, the arguments. Just kidding. But at the same time, I'm not kidding. Today, we are stepping into the closet. Literally. Right? And spiritually. Not sexually. Get your minds out of the gutters. Now, we're going to be talking about fashion statements, fashion do's, fashion don'ts, outfits, choices, colors. I really do not think that there's a specific Christian color. Heyo. But we're going to be talking about the fashion in the church. Is it necessary? Does it exist? Or is it a myth? And is what we wear as believers a personal choice? Does God care about it? Is modesty just for women? And let's be real, can Christians be stylish? Or do we have to wear the long denim skirts and oversized church t-shirt? Now, my Nigerian brothers and sisters, we call that the Miriamaka style, or the we are chosen, who are you? I don't know if I agree with that sentiment, but it's fashion. It's subjective, it's creative, it's magical, and it's gorgeous. But before we get into that heavy conversation, for the first time ever on the Life Alley, I have one of the sweetest people. She's sassy, she's saucy, she's gorgeous, she's ruthless in academics, she's smart, she's gorgeous, and most importantly, she's Emmy's sister. He absolutely hates the fact that she's here. He looks so out of it. He's not interested. He's like, I don't know. Why is she here? Why? I don't want her here. Why is she here? But he's so adorable. We love Emmy. Can somebody actually get us to do that? Like, what do you call them? Like the air horns? She can do it. She's doing great. She's doing great. Why can you do that? I don't want to know an answer. I don't want an answer.
Sure.
But ladies and gentlemen, I give you the one, the only, Dumebi.
Hello, guys.
Hi, honey. Now, for the duration of the episode, you are going to be called Doobie. Do you agree?
Yes, I do.
This girl, somebody confused this amazing young lady and told her that Doobie is a type of drug. I want to know who did that to you.
One of my teachers in school.
May we have his name and address? Just for a basic conversation, just a conversation.
We do not dox people in this podcast.
All right. Okay. Okay, I hear you. I won't say anything. I won't say that. I won't.
Okay. So now we've stirred the pot already. The question is, does God or Christianity have a dress code? And should it?
Ooh. So basically, I would say fashion is subjective. Like I've said, it's creative. It's like someone's creative process. It's statement. I believe genuinely that the way you dress tells people who you are. It's someone's mirror of your personality, your thought process. And I know a lot of people will say, oh, that is not true. But sweetheart, there is a reason why the English speaking countries came up with an adage and said, dress the way you want to be addressed. Do you agree with that?
Yes, I do.
Thank you, Jesus. Hallelujah. The Lord is moving. Now, if you were to ask me for like 23 seconds, let's actually talk about this. Like, if you were to ask me what Doobie's aesthetic was, like her fashion choices, her closet, I would say contemporary. This is the girl who would, I don't even know, like, how would I describe your closet? I have no idea. But she looks cute most of the time. Some other times I'm like, girl, first things first, where did you find that? And why were you looking for it? And she's like, it's a fashion choice. I'm like, no, it's not. It's an outfit. And she's like, I look good. I have to admit, she knows how to pull her closet together and make it work. But still, some pieces, I'm serious. You need to take me to that shop where you buy some of those outfits.
It's called the thrift store.
Aye. Okay. Yeah, okay. I hear you. I get that. But okay, if I were to ask you, like, define my aesthetic for our listeners, don't worry, guys. We're gonna bring videos to you soon enough. You're gonna see us all dressed up and what we actually look like. But if someone was to ask you, like, define my fashion sense, like, define my aesthetic, my closet, what would you say?
So I would say is classy with like a kind of old money kind of vibe to it.
Ooh, hello.
Yeah.
Ooh, hello. That's the vibe I was going for. You're right. Yes.
Yeah.
Who doesn't want to look like they have money?
Exactly.
Who doesn't want to? Maybe Emmy. Maybe Emmy, actually.
One love, Emmy. One love.
You and I both know that he's going to get me back for that. But
yeah, he will.
He absolutely... So Emmy hates it when I comment on his outfit choices. Emmy is a confused wardrobe person because one day he looks like he's gone into, like, I don't know, a 1980s store and picked out, like, outfits and walked out. The other day he looks like he's, oh my god, I'm a cyberpunk type of guy. The next day he looks like he's going to a business meeting, and the next day he looks like he's going to a concert. You never really know what to expect with this young man. You just know that he has clothes. That is all you know about him. He has clothes.
Yep.
Point blank.
Yep.
Seriously, Emmy, you need to let me take you shopping. Let's actually fix your closet so you can get a girlfriend.
But like his aesthetic is that he aims to surprise.
That is terrifying.
He aims to surprise.
For some reason, that scares me. Because you never know the day is going to be a surprise that takes you to the hospital.
Ooh.
we need to actually do something about his closet. Dude, I want Emmy to be married. Don't you? You're a sister. I need somebody to take this boy. Sure. I need somebody to marry him and actually want to be married to him. Like, his closet is so scary that I, as his friend and unappointed big sister, I'm scared. I don't like being in public with him sometimes because I'm like, what are you wearing? What is that? Sure. And then he's like, it's me. It's my real
it's
self.
Who I am.
It's signature me. I'm like, boy, signature, you need help. Maybe an exorcism. Or a prayer point. Yeah. How about this? Let's do a deliverance. And he's like, no, this is me. I'm as real as I can be. I'm like, oi, your brother's wardrobe scares me. Sometimes I question who helped him pick it. I know it can't be you. Don't worry. You have your...
It can
good.
be. Yeah.
Yeah, you're good. But okay, guys. All right. Let's start here. People like to pull out 1 Timothy, verse 2, chapter 2, chapter 2, verse 9, I'm sorry, guys. It's an interesting week. And the verse goes, dress modestly with decency and propriety. So that means women should be covered from head to toe. But then, in 1 Samuel 16, verse 7, God literally says this. Man looks at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart. So which is it?
Okay, so, like, I agree with that. Because you just have to think, is God sitting in heaven doing like a Sunday fit check?
I know.
Like, that skirt is too tight, bro. Or those red jeans, nah. Or is modesty like more about why we wear what we wear?
Ooh, now that's a question. About it. Okay, because listen, if our goal was to catch attention, impress people, then we might be missing the point. But if our fashion reflects who we are in Christ, then we're onto something. Because, okay, this is a conversation that we literally just had with your brother. Now, for the people who don't know Emmy in real life, and for our various listeners out there who will soon see what he actually looks like, Emmy has dreads. He's a young man who likes his dreads. He has a full beard. The only thing missing from the ensemble would be an earring. And then he is the complete African mother nightmare. He is the terror that sneaks into her house.
And don't forget tattoos.
Ooh. He is the prayer point of every African mother out there.
Mm-hmm.
But that is a question. I was listening to this pastor which day, and he said, I don't like what I don't like as a person,
Mm-hmm.
but nowhere is it written in the Bible that God does not appreciate it,
Exactly.
nor does he hate it. So who are we to tell people, you look good, you look bad, blah, blah, blah. You know, does God actually care about what you wear? I would say yes,
Mm-hmm.
in one sense, right? I believe genuinely that what God cares about is not necessarily what you wear, but why you're wearing it.
Mm-hmm.
Because, look, you can bite my head off all you like,
Mm-hmm.
but I will tell you this. There is a short skirt that is too short.
Exactly.
And even if you are going to wear that skirt, what are you wearing underneath it?
Mm-hmm.
Is it the type of skirt that you bend over and the whole kingdom can see your hoo-ha?
Yeah.
Like, how are you wearing that top? Is it so revealing that the pastor forgets half his message in the middle of preaching? Like, there's certain questions you ask yourself. And honestly, it's totally mind-boggling, don't you think so?
Mm-hmm. It is.
Like, what would be your take on, like, does God care about what we wear? Like, if someone was to come up to you and ask you that, what would you tell them?
Okay. So, personally, I would say that just like what you said, like there is a certain type of dressing that should happen in the church.
Right.
So, like, funny enough, last night,
Yep.
I watched a video of a girl or a young lady who finished a school and then she got a job that pays $200,000
Where?
a year.
I want to put my application in. Where did she get this job?
I don't know, but like I think it was in US. And then she kind of wore like something, inappropriate, something they call like office siren,
Right.
which was kind of like a fashion statement, like it was made to be like, oh, ladies, like, dress like you can still dress appropriately, but you can still look snatched, something like that. But here's the thing. The dress she wore was too short. And then she was kind of like, oh, like, why would the world stop policing what women wear? And it kind of took me to the topic of the church. And then somebody raised a really good statement in the comment section where they were like, I'm sorry, but like there is something called appropriate dressing.
Now, the interesting thing about that topic, and women, I'm a woman like you too. So if I'm telling you this, sweetheart, you need to agree with it.
Exactly.
There is a reason why I find, like, in the company sometimes women's fashion is policed, if we were to use that word. Why? No man in the office is coming in dressed with his full chest open, no tie. And even if he's not going to wear a tie, he's still coming to the office in, a button-down shirt and his slacks and his shoes. But then the only thing he could possibly expose is his groin. And that is something you can bring up and tell him, okay, sweetheart, that is not right.
Exactly.
But as a woman, we have more to show. Our chest, our backside, and me personally, if a fellow woman dresses a certain way, I will tell her, sweetheart, that is not doing you justice.
Exactly.
Like, there's something else. I'm pretty sure there was something else you could have worn. What do you think?
So like that was exactly what I was like saying, right? Like that was what I was thinking when I watched that video. A lot of people were like, "Oh, women's fashion are being policed," and I'm like, "Do you think that men's fashion are also not being policed?"
Actually,
like, so the topic, goes back to my brother who has a dreadlocks. Yep. Like there are a lot of people of God, like these are like I'm not saying like these are not even pretentious people, but like people of God that walk up to him and then like. They're like, oh, like, why you, wearing, like, why do you have that? Like, why don't you cut it off? Like, why don't you do this? And why don't you do that? Yeah. And then I'm just like, so, like, that shows that everybody's fashion is being, policed.
No, but then, do you know something about this?
Mm-hmm.
One thing I noticed, and forgive me to whoever this will offend, but one thing I noticed is there is this terrifying set of rules in everybody's head on what a good Christian is supposed to look like. We forget that you can look like a good Christian and be the most terrifying person on earth. So, what is more important, looking like a good Christian or actually being one? Because here's the thing, when you actually come into God, there's so many things about you that will change, closet included. That is my belief, at least.
Yeah.
Like, I know, I'm going to use my mom as an example. So everybody who knows me knows something. I love nails. It's my thing. My nails are always done, always clean, you know. But most people don't know this. I got my love of nails from my mom.
Yeah.
So when I was really little, I remember my mom used to sit Saturday evenings and she'd paint her nails and, you know, she'd let them dry. And I was like, oh my God, I can't wait to grow up to be able to do that. But did my mom doing nails mean she was an irresponsible mother? No. Did it mean she was an irresponsible Christian? No. What mattered? She could hear from God. She spoke in tongues. She prayed. She fasted. She did all these things. And it made me understand that, yes, you can do your nails, but don't be irresponsible with it, right? Don't be crude with it. Don't be offensive to people, to your God, to yourself with it. But one day, I remember my mom suddenly stopped doing her nails. That scared me because this is a woman I was looking forward to being so much like when I grew up. And when I got into my teenage years and actually started understanding nail culture and fashion, and she told me something. She said, the reason why I stopped doing my nails was because God asked me to. He told me that I turned my nails into a sort of idol. I was so concerned about how my nails looked, if they looked on fleek, if the color was good. And I know on fleek is a term that has gone out of, I'm bringing it back. But, you know, and it was an awakening moment for me because she told me, look, you can be a Christian and you can have dreadlocks and you can have red hair and green hair and purple hair, but God will still use you. He's not looking at all those things. But it is good for you to dress that way because you know a Christian first by how they dress before you know them by how they speak.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so she said, do your nails, but be good about it.
Yeah.
Be an adult about it.
Yeah.
Be wise about it. Be Christian about it. And I was like, okay. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do, you know? So that's the thing. And there was a day your brother actually brought that topic of people telling him to cut his hair. And I told him, sweetheart, maybe this might not be the best example, but Samson had hair.
Exactly.
Long hair. You know, David had a full fro. My guy was rocking hair.
Yeah.
So it wasn't about the kind of hair that was on your head. I feel like the only man of God in the Bible that was bald was Elisha. Wasn't it?
Really?
Elisha was bald, yeah. He was bullied for it in the Bible, actually.
Oh, what?
He was bullied for his bald-headedness. But it did not stop God from using him. It did not really matter to God what he had on his hair, what he had on his body. All God was like, hey, yo, I like the way you speak, so I'm going to use you.
Yeah.
You know, you're going to talk to my people. You pray very well. Okay, I'm going to use you to be a prayer warrior. You know, it's not so much so what you wear. It's so much so what your heart wears.
Exactly.
Hey, I just spoke some miracle words right there. Hey. But that now brings me to this topic. Okay, do you genuinely think Christians can be stylish?
So basically, is there an unspoken rule that we have to dress, let's just say holy bland?
Okay, because look, I love Jesus, but I love a good outfit. Dude, Jesus makes you feel good. Inside, your whole body, your head, everything is, but a good outfit, it boosts confidence. Look, I know this for a fact. My wardrobe, if I feel, I want to say insufficient based on how I dress, I will carry myself the rest of that day feeling insufficient.
Yeah.
I'm always kind of checking, okay, is there some way I can tweak this outfit? As opposed to when I'm rocking a great outfit, oof.
You feel confident. And that's
yes, I do not think God is against fashion.
Exactly.
I genuinely do not think so.
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
Proverbs 31 talks about a woman being clothed in fine linen and purple. And even in Exodus, God gave an instruction to priests. Robes should be beautiful. So good looking is biblical, okay? Literally, like I know someone who told me, as a Christian woman, you shouldn't wear anklets. I'm like, show me where in the Bible that is written. If you can't prove it to me in the Bible, I'll believe you. And the person couldn't say anything. I said, the only thing I know that is biblical is that we should not tattoo or deface our skin.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it's not going to stop God from using somebody who's fully tatted.
Ooh, you just reminded me. There is a pastor that
That
I
is
think
fully
I saw.
tatted.
Yeah, on YouTube.
My pastor has tattoos, but it does not mean he's not spirit filled. My guy preaches. He stands on the pulpit and he preaches, and everybody listens, and everybody understands where he's coming from, and he touches so many lives every day. It's not about what is on your body. It is about what is in your heart. Okay, I know we've said that like 4 times now, but we're going to keep repeating it until the end. Now, when you do become Christian, if you already are Christian, it's a good thing to go to God and ask him, do you like my wardrobe? Right? Because you will get to that point. I feel like there's an understanding that needs to happen.
Yeah.
That people need to understand that there is being fashionably clothed,
Mm-hmm.
and there is being Christian fashionably clothed.
Yeah.
Right? And there's this TikToker I follow. I used to follow. I can't remember her name now. I discovered her, I think, during the pandemic. Mm-hmm. And she said, for all my girls who like to wear like open corsets, like, you know, the corsets without bras and, you know, without the padding and everything. And she goes, there's a way you can style it if you're a Christian girly. You know, you can put it over like a white button down shirt.
Yeah.
With like a nice pair of jeans, and you rock it with some boots.
Yeah.
And you take with you like a small straw purse.
Yeah.
And you're on your way. And when I saw that outfit, I was like, ooh, girl. I would look at you and be like, yes, you ate that outfit, and you know you ate that outfit. That's,
exactly.
You know? But I think we're just going to stop that particular conversation right there. You know? But I think the issue is with is when our clothing starts competing with our witness, in the sense that you dress a certain way and your spirit tells you, sweetheart, you don't look good. Sweetheart, you look tacky, but you go out nonetheless. Right? That is where you failed God. That is where you've, you know, because God is the kind of God, I feel like God chooses. Do you know this crazy thing? When I go to do my nails sometimes, I ask God, what color should I get?
Ooh.
And he tells me colors. He's like the set I have on. So the set I have on is I want to say like a pinkish nude with like gold flecks. And when I went to do it, I was like, God, what should I do? Like, it's my birthday nails, like my birthday set. Like, what color should I do? He was like, do pink and gold. I was like, ooh, idea.
Yeah.
You know, and I did this one, and I loved it. I feel like this is my favorite nails that I've done in about 4 or 5 years.
And it looks really good too.
I love them so much. I'm so obsessed. I'm like, God, okay, maybe this might be my style. You know, like a little bit of nude with a little bit of color.
Yeah.
You know, but most people don't know that God actually chooses outfits. You know, like ask God, like rock it and be like, hey, yo, God, what do you think? And he's gonna be like, ooh, spin, girl, let me see that spin. Not because he couldn't see you 360 before, but because he's like, yes, you know. But that is my opinion. What do you actually think about this? Tell me, talk to me.
So basically about
everything, like fashion, modesty. Like what would you define modesty as?
Ooh, so like basically there is a lot, I think, right? There is a lot, I think, and it's gonna be controversial, but we are gonna have it because that's what
modesty is controversial.
It is controversial.
So is Christianity, girl.
Especially in this day and age where, like, you know, everything feels like a personal attack to some people. But I remember like one thing that my brother and I spoke about, you know, because Emmy can be very wise at times.
And at times, not all the time. It's like
times,
a generator
rarely,
that needs
like,
to come up.
Once in a blue moon.
Like 40% of the time he's wise. The other 60% you're like, You were doing so well.
One love. But yeah,
He's gonna get us back for
he,
these
he
statements.
told me about that like there are some people like when they start to dress fashionable, and which is something that your mom even said about the nails. He said that he just told me that like because that was when I actually started to I personally never wore makeup ever since I was younger because I just didn't know how to. A lot of people were like, "Oh, are you like when in high school?" People were like, "Oh, are you just trying to do like yo? I'm not like other girls." I'm like, "No, I just don't
She
know."
said it's yo, are you like other girls? Or I'm not like other girls. That is
Like they were
terrifying.
trying to like some people were accusing me of kind of being pick me, and I was like, I just don't know how to do it because I love makeup. Like I'm an artist. I draw and I paint, and I love the art of makeup. Like,
Okay,
it's so
in that
fascinating
case,
to me.
we'll go to Sephora one of these
Oh
days.
yes, please. So like I was like kind of like I said okay, I'm gonna take this first step and I'm gonna like do a makeup. And yeah, so I did a makeup and then I came down with like some dresses, and I was like, you know what, I told my brother that like maybe one day I'm gonna like go out and buy some clothes and see fashion and everything. And my brother just looked at me and said that, oh yeah, that's great, right? Like that's good, but just make sure you don't make it an idol.
Don't make it God. Don't let it take
Don't
God's
make it
place.
God. Exactly. And that is something that some Christians tend to miss.
They forget that part.
Yeah, like you can be fashionable and be modest. And that is just the truth. Amen. That is just the truth. Like some of the best fashions, like go back and look at those like 90s, like catwalking down the runway. They are fully clothed. They're fully covered. But girl, like
some outfits give me the heebie-jeebies.
Some outfit like okay, yeah.
Some certain outfits, I'm like, the Nigerian in me comes out quick. I'm like, Nigerian people will say, you are lucky that God is God and he did not allow man to be God while he sat as master of the universe. Because there are some outfits that I see and I'm like, if I was God. Oh, Jesus. The way the earth will swallow you will shock you.
Tell me about it.
Oh, Jesus. You will just be walking on the streets and you will vanish. This is not a joke. Because, and here's the thing, most people don't actually know what the word modesty means.
Yeah.
Modesty, hey, yo, let's actually find this in the dictionary.
Oh,
okay?
yeah, let us.
Now, being modest, it comes down to dressing in a way that is not provocative or offensive. Right? Now, that is simple English.
Yeah.
Okay? But if you look at the English dictionary, it says behavior, manner, or appearance intended to avoid impropriety or indecency.
Exactly.
So in other words, you could like somebody would say what level of cleavage is considered modest? I'm like, sweetheart, the moment I can see the entirety of your boobs, you've kind of missed the
exactly.
Sweetheart, you missed the plot. By God's grace, you missed the whole story. You stepped out of the story. You know, the moment I can see what your ass cheeks look like, you failed.
Exactly.
Right? The moment I can tell, all your secrets, there's a reason why they're called private parts, ladies. You're the one who's only you and your husband and your brothers and your mom and dad. Mom is supposed to know what they look like, and guys as well. And this is something with Emmy. So when we go out, Emmy's always like, oh my God, what is this guy wearing? And you're like, Emmy. He's like, no, now, look now, you can see the outline of everything. You can see, what is this? What is this? And there was a particular day we went out. I can't remember where we went to now. And we dressed up and we went. I think it had something to do with dinner. I can't remember. And we went, and Emmy was like, I love the way this girl is dressed. And I looked up. She was dressed in I want to say like a maxi dress. And the way she styled it, it was it looked amazing. Really good. And I was like, yes, she's Christian.
Yeah.
And he's like, how do you know? I'm like, there's you can tell a Christian just by their attire
Mhm.
than before, because I might never encounter this girl ever again. I might never actually speak to her.
Mhm.
So I can't ask her, are you Christian or not? Right? And being indecent, it doesn't mean you can't wear shorts, nor does it mean you can't wear short skirts.
Mhm.
How short is too short? That is the
Exactly.
question you ask. You know? How tight is too tight?
Mhm.
That is a question you ask.
Exactly.
You know? How indecent is indecent? That is a question you ask.
Exactly.
You know, when everything is showing, you have a problem.
True.
Do we agree?
Yeah, we do.
Yes. Can Christians be fashionable? Yes. Christians can be fashionable. We seriously need to talk to all these pastors who are telling people, if you're wearing jean trousers, you are going to hellfire. I want to know who told you that. I want to know who told you that. Let me help you. We help you and beat them. Because God, in no way, shape, or form did God say, if you're wearing jean trousers, you're going to hell. God never said that, and nor will he ever say that, because his criteria of judgment is different from ours.
It's from the heart. Like, that's all he's looking. He's looking at your heart. Because, like, sometimes the appearance
Can be deceptive.
Yeah, it like and not only deceptive, but like the reason why he focuses on the heart, like while basically how I will word this is the reason why I think Christians shouldn't be too focused on their appearance is like that was one of our first points. So basically, like, why do you wear what you wear? Are you wearing it to just be like, okay, you know, I'm just putting on a t-shirt and jeans and I think it looks good. I want to look good. You know, like, it's natural for us humans to want to look good.
You get where you go,
Like,
wear
that's
t-shirts
just the
and jeans
thing.
and you look good.
And you look good. But the thing is that, so if it is now that kind of like, oh, you know, like when you wear these jeans, oh, I need to make these jeans tighter so that people or men can look at me. Then that is when that
You have
God is
missed the
gonna
plot.
exactly. Then that is when God is gonna be like, oh.
So that's
But the
what we're
problem-
doing now. You know?
Yeah, but the problem with a lot of Christians, especially some pastors, is that they then start to assume that that is what, you know, everybody is going for when you dress well.
That pastor that I mentioned in the beginning, where he said, I don't know if I mentioned him actually. The pastor who said that what he doesn't like is what he doesn't like. It's not what God doesn't like. Right. Now, here's the thing. One thing he said is pastors need to stop passing off their desires, their likes and dislikes as doctrines. It does not work. Ooh.
Exactly.
Now, the real truth about modesty is it's not about looking boring. It's about dressing in a way that honors who we are in God, who we are in Christ. We should still be able to express your personality just without being the main event.
Exactly.
Right? God is the main event. Let him be the main event. You are not the attraction here. God is. Now, somebody should see you and be like, oh, you look good, girl. And you can say thank you and move on with your day. That's basically all that it is. Right? And look, one thing I'm going to tell all my fashionistas out there, guys and girls alike, right? When you're picking an outfit, ask yourself one question. Will Jesus like me in what I'm wearing? Start there, stop there. You get your answer. You will get your answer. There is no two ways about it. And honestly, that now brings me to this topic, because this is a debate that has been going on in the Christian community for a minute now. Is modesty only for women?
That's a good question. So let's go there.
Mm-hmm.
So why is it that when we talk about modesty, it's always about women? Like, where are the sermons for men walking into church with tight muscle shirts and short shorts?
Okay, those men need to be kicked out of the church, because you are not confusing the pastor now, you're confusing the pastor's wife. She's forgetting to pay attention to the preaching that the pastor is doing, and she's looking at, ooh, boy, looks like he can squeeze me. Ooh. That we don't need that. We don't need that. Listen, modesty is for everybody. Right? Again, how tight is too tight? How short is too short? How okay is too okay? Yeah. Now, one thing I love about Old Money, you can never go wrong. It's not about the tightness, it's about the fitting. Nobody, in Old Money, no girl is dressing for how tight the outfit is. She's dressing for, okay, does this cut suit my curves? You know, does it make me look thin? Does it make me look fat? Does it make me look, I don't know, in between? You know, like, That's what it's about. Okay, so what do I wear that honors me as a person and honors my family and honors people, that nobody looks at me and goes, oh my God, that is so wrong. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with men, I believe. Like, no man should be walking into the church in tight shirts and short shorts.
Exactly.
Nor should you be going anywhere, for that matter, in tight anythings.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we've had enough tights for
Yep.
the rest of our lives. Christians and incoming Christians and people seeking God, tight nothings, it distracts you. Because at a point when people start staring too much, you're going to get uncomfortable.
True. And that is the truth.
Yep.
And the funny enough thing is, basically, I like that we asked this question, because this was also, something that I like with the video I talked about earlier with the office. It was something that somebody said, why is it that oh, everybody is always attacking women for modesty? Or somebody actually said, I don't know the singer, but I remembered listening to his song, and then, what was it, a guy that sang Agalio? I don't know. But like I then went to a YouTube shorts where he was like kind of saying that, like, oh, women like dress modest, like, stop like putting like everything out there, things like that. And then while everybody in the comment section were like, oh yes, sir, talk about it. And even I was like, oh yes, like, that is a good thing. Like, like women shouldn't be dressing indecent because indecency exists. Like, let's not pretend.
Let's not pretend like it's not a thing.
Yeah, but then someone in the comment section said that, like, why is it that anytime that we bring up topic of dressing appropriate for the church, is always towards women and never towards men? And that actually got me to stop and think. And I'm like, Marion, that is actually true.
It is.
It is.
Look,
actually
I'm
true.
not doubting that it's true.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. It is easier to be decent as a man than it is to be as a woman.
Decent as a woman, yeah.
Right? Being indecent as a woman can come down to makeup.
Yeah.
Eyeshadow is green. One eyeshadow is green, the other is blue. The eyebrows are painted purple with like black lipstick, and then you have like a skull tattoo somewhere on your face that you drew with. I'm just gonna look at you, and honestly, I don't want to judge, but I'm gonna look at you and I'm gonna like, where are you going? The theme park? And what are you, the attraction? Like, there are ways you dress that makes people look at you and go,
yeah.
And it's easier for men to be seen and respected. Why? A typical man's outfit, a typical man is like a pair of jeans and a t-shirt and shoes, and he's out the door. Now, it becomes indecent if the shirt is so tight you can see his hand when he moves it up, when he comes down, But at the same time, for a woman, there's more at risk. And I'm not supporting any man that says, oh no, if it's a woman, she's indecent. That is absolute rubbish.
True.
Errant rubbish. I believe modesty is for both.
Exactly.
It's for everybody.
Yeah.
Don't wear such tight clothes that you forget who you are, you forget where you're going, what you're trying to represent, and, what you're, I don't know, dress in a way that represents God. It's about humility, self-awareness. Everybody should dress in a way that represents God.
Exactly. Like, basically, modesty is about the heart-like posture.
Yep.
And not just the hairline.
True.
It's about what, like, we are going to reflect to the world. Like,
yes.
Do our clothes point to God, or do they scream like, oh, look at me, like, look at my behind, look at my front, like, look at my behind, like, look at everywhere.
Look at the hair. Is it herring?
Or is it saying, I am a Christian.
I'm a child of God.
I'm a child of God.
Yeah. Oof.
Exactly.
Hallelujah. Girl, I need to put you on an altar. Oi. Now, here's the thing. I believe that there is a balance between, having your style, your personal style, the things that you love, and dressing for God. Modesty is about finding the balance between these two.
Yeah.
Right? Or do we find a way to honor God while we're still looking good? What do you think?
I think the key is, would I feel comfortable standing before God in this outfit?
We said that already,
and
right?
Would I wear it if I wasn't looking for validation from others?
Yes, girl, tell them.
Funny enough, that is a good
right. Thank you.
There was a time in points. I think, like, when I said this, Marion looked at me like I had gone crazy. I was like, I want to try a goth out aesthetic. I want to be goth. I want to go goth.
Why?
Yeah. And
Is
then
that
Marian,
because is that how you feel, or do you feel like, oh my God, I look good in goth outfits? Like,
exactly.
being goth, it's a mindset. It's not. It doesn't just come out to the
True.
attire. It starts up here,
Yeah.
right?
And like when like Marian like actually asked that, I did look at it and I was like, like basically if I go goth, is this something that God would like?
Yep.
Because like let me just look for the history of like goth basically, because I do know that goth is, I don't know, maybe it's just my mindset saying this, but I do know that it doesn't have like a good history
It
in
doesn't. No, it really
Christianity. Like
doesn't.
yeah, if we're looking
It
at it's
doesn't.
exactly, it's
But
a
it
lot
doesn't
of
mean that there are goth dressers out there that are not Christians. That's not true. Did I say that right? I don't even know. What I'm basically trying to say is that there are people still dressed in, gothic attires, but they are still Christian. They are still
True.
drawn to God. They're called to God. Again, it all starts with the heart, right?
True.
And that's what makes this a good heart check. At the end of the day, we dress to reflect our identity in Christ. So whether we're rocking sneakers or stilettos, suits or streetwear, make sure your style glorifies God, not just trends. So there are the good trends and there are the bad trends. That's basically all this is saying.
Exactly.
Right? Oh God, I feel like that's a lot of English.
Can I still go goth though?
Can you still go goth? Sweetheart, I don't know. That dude, at this point, your brother's closet is giving me more nightmares. Please don't do anything that will make me pray for you in such a, oh my God, Father, deliver her. I'm not doing that. But you guys, whew, that was an episode.
Yeah.
That was an episode.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to hear from you guys, okay? Do you guys think God cares about fashion? Have you ever felt pressured to dress a certain type of way? DM me on Instagram or comment in the episode post. I want to know. I really want to know. This is a conversation that, needs to happen in the Christian community.
It is extremely needed.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you have fun?
I did.
Do you want to come back?
Yeah.
Yay.
This was really lovely.
Be honest. Don't talk about it because you're on the podcast.
Oh, no.
Do you actually want to come back?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so we need to actually talk about that. We need to draft a script that will bring you back.
Exactly. Like what other great topics are there? And I do think that
there's so
much because Christianity is
it's so vast.
It's so vast.
It's not just a one-track thing. It's so vast. You know something? I'm thinking, and hey, you guys don't quote me on this so that if next episode it's not what you see, you don't bite my head off. But I'm thinking for one of the next episodes, I'm thinking maybe 5 episodes should have something to do with self-love and self-care. How to do it the proper way.
That's a good one. That is
how to do it the Christian way.
Yeah.
Because I was reading something about that and I was so surprised by it. The definition of self-love in the Bible. It is steep.
It is steep.
But that's a wrap on today's episode, you guys. I hope this conversation gave you some fresh perspective on fashion and faith. Next week, you just have to tune in to find out what we're talking about, Now, we need to stop looking at what everybody has on and embrace what God is telling you to have on. Hello. Don't miss it. Until then, stay stylish, stay true, and remember, your heart matters more than your outfit. Love you.
Love you.
See you next time.
Bye.